Can we just watch this for an hour and a half? And just be advertised. Enjoy the ads. In Squid Square. Remember, all of these ads are appropriate for 5-year-olds. So they are acceptable on both YouTube and on SquidTube. Anyway, welcome to the stream. While we do this, I will tell you that there's a new weapon available tonight. This is a weapon I've been really excited to use. The Splatbrella. And, yeah, so we'll do a little bit of this, and then we'll do some single player, and then Mario 64. Enthusiast. Umbrella, parasol, a. That's the best way to start a stream. You know people are gonna love that. Anyway. YouTube is still alerting me to when you stream. That's intentional. I started on YouTube, and, then I go private, so that people can get their stuff. Speaking of Super Fighting Robot, that'll be tomorrow. Mega Maker will be tomorrow. That's a good Mega Man. The 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Those are, in fact, some of my least favorite. So there's a truck in Manhattan that looks like this a little bit, and it sells dinghies. It sells waffles and ice cream. It's really good. Even in video games, I cannot escape it. Ink your spawn, but not all at once. Help your team capture center first. Ink spawn on future respawns. Hashtag not pro. Dinghies or boats. Yeah, the dinghies are boats, Mono, but they're also... I mean, type waffle, like dinghy. I don't know how to spell it, but they're really, really good. There's a truck that drives around Manhattan that sells them. The Waffles and Dinghies truck. Oh, also, let me know if the volume's okay. If you hold, you can launch the umbrella shield. It'll zoom forward while blocking attack. Sprinkler subweapon, ink storm. Very interesting. We gotta try this thing out. Just, yeah, don't search blue waffle. What have you done? Desert is just making his Speed Luigi's better and better and better. Like, and they always fucking show up in my lobby, too. Oh, I should probably do this, right? I should probably, report this for inappropriate, harmful content. Where's that tongue going? I don't know. Oh, I should buy some other clothes. Thank the person who made that Chrome app. Works great. It's called Vinesauce Alert. And it's Norix made it. And I would like to, at some point... Oh, I can get sunglasses? I'd like to, at some point... have a link to it in the chat. Like, in Nightbot. It's bit.ly/Vinesauce Alert. And it's the best way to get notifications about me and all the other streamers. Twitch does now have desktop notifications. Apparently their new app update is really good for notification. I was gonna say notifications. Whoa. Those aren't words. I'm gonna equip these aviators. And I also... I want to, I want to get some other fresh things. Nah, I'll hold off on that. I don't really like that freshness. Yo, but these... Gold? Man, I know a lot of people that are really into collecting sneakers and have just this, like, insane Hall of Fame. So... Socks. Yes. One of my cousins when I was growing up had this spot by his stairs leading to the basement. Just all of his old sneakers, right? Because he was a huge collector of them sneakers. And we called it the Hall of Fame, but we meant it in the worst possible way because they really stunk. And like at one point his parents just started throwing them out, like one pair at a time. I mean, this is a cousin who was like 6 years older than me, you know, maybe even more. I don't actually even know, but yeah, it was the Hall of Shame. So it's a shotgun, right? And a shield. And you can launch it like a rocket. What a stupid weapon, I love it. I can see it having a bit of a learning curve. Whoa. Oh, get that shit out of here. Oh, fuck. That was a really close range shot. It didn't kill him, though. It didn't kill him. Now, this is a true shotgun. I thought the rollers were shotguns. This is the shotgun of Splatoon, but it's such a weird version of it. Let's see if I can get a sprinkler going. I mean, you can shoot it. I don't really know what it does when you shoot it, but... There we go. Let's just make it rain a little bit. I'm gonna need a lot of practice with this weapon before I actually start to use it seriously. That is awesome! But yeah, I need a lot of work with it. And we lost. But yeah, I see how I can use that strategically. I can launch the fucking umbrella, and then go into squid form, go real fast, and then like a snake, rising from the swamp. I can like speed out of the liquid, the ink, the liquid, and then start shooting my ink all over them. I'll do one more with the umbrella, and then yeah, we will do single player tonight. So we're gonna make some good single player progress. It's just this game's multiplayer is super addictive. So you guys remember Poopergeist from the other night? Where the title of the episode of some weird fucking poltergeist was Poopergeist. So last podcast on the left, episode blah blah blah, the Enfield Poltergeist. Poopergeist. Alright, now for those that don't know, watch the stream I did with Mike and you'll understand it. Anyway. I finally listened to the full episode, because I listened to only some of part 1. And I didn't get to Poopergeist. And the reason I wasn't sure why it was called Poopergeist is because I didn't listen to part 2. Now I know why it's called Poopergeist. This fucking ghost was smearing shit on the walls, was writing the word shit in shit on the walls. This ghost was shitting everywhere. Damn it. Just piles of poop. You know, it was really like the Poopergeist moniker was well earned. It was absolutely well earned. So while I was a little confused at first, now I'm not confused. It really was a disgusting episode. Ow. No, Mike didn't make the joke. That was the title of an episode of the podcast I listened to, and my Google Voice said it while I was driving, and I laughed so hard I almost swerved off the fucking road. God damn it. How does a ghost produce shit? Well, it was using a vessel. But it was more shit than the vessel had, so I don't know, it just produced shit like... I don't know, how does a ghost ghost? Never mind how does a ghost shit, I can believe... Listen, if a ghost can ghost, then I'll believe the ghost can shit. Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of work with this weapon. Oh, fuck. But yeah, the question shouldn't be about ghosts pooping, it should be about ghosts existing. Once we get past the fact that you can come back from the dead, then we can talk about how they produce poop from the ectoplasm. This sounds like a Ghostbusters 3 gag. You know, like there should be something like that in there, if there isn't already. Yeah, I'm terrible with this weapon. The reason I know Splat is because this weapon is quite difficult. But just you watch. In a week, I'll play this game again. And I'm gonna be a fucking master at it. A master. Try Turf War with it. Alright, I'll try one Turf War, and then I'm gonna do one more match of that. While we're waiting, I'd like to show you, a couple pictures I took. One, here's, a message at a gas station on the screen where you pay. Boar's Head sandwiches with a free can of soda, thank you. I'm sorry, is this an advertisement? Or are you just thanking Boar's Head, or... That's a weird... Maybe they could have worded that a little bit better. Like, yeah, I get it, it's Boar's Head deli meat and stuff, but... maybe... Maybe you can, like, clarify what's happening on the screen a little bit better? Thank you. Free can of soda, thank you. Oh, alright. The vicious double split. Don't worry, I have more. I've got more pictures. I got, well, 2 more. Nothing major. I have a feeling everyone's gonna be using the umbrella for the next week. Look at the amount of umbrellas. There's gonna be rain, umbrellas, and sprinklers. Alright, that almost worked. So many umbrellas. Oh, they don't go, the umbrellas don't go up. Okay. Pretty good for turf war so far. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Always reminds me of Scotty doesn't know for some reason. Oh no! It got past my umbrella! Oh, we need to do some serious cleanup. Come on. Like Christ resurrecting from the dead, we can win. We can do this. Oh! This is the grape versus orange soda Splatfest. I'm kind of on the side of grape soda. I haven't drank soda in a while. I had a Coca-Cola this year twice. I believe that might be the only soda I had this year. But I really, I miss grape soda. I think the reason I liked grape soda so much is because it was rare. Orange soda was much more common. And I love orange soda. That was one of my favorite sodas. But grape soda was rare. So because it was rare, it was like every time I had it, it was like a treat. Grape drank is alright too. Your squid looks like a douchey piece of shit. My squid looks like he's gonna go to the Jersey Shore. Alright? Fucking have like 7 Maui Wowies. Punch like 3 people in the face. Get the shit kicked out of him by a bouncer. And then pass out on the sand. That's what my character is going to... My character is going to make multiple people's lives worse before waking up in a pool of his own vomit on the beach. Somewhere around Seaside Heights or maybe Wildwood. My character's gonna be on a fucking booze cruise and pick up Frank and Mac and then eat their rum ham. Cream soda's good too, yeah, cream soda was a very... My cousin lied to me one time when I was younger. One of my many cousins lied to me and said that they weren't making cream soda anymore. And he upset me greatly. He told me that the cream soda factory, like, burnt down or something. That was a very depressing day. He also told me the sun was going to burn out in the next couple of years. And I was just like, I was trying to warn my family that the sun was about to just, like, burn out. What he didn't tell me was... Yeah, he was telling me the truth, but it was like a couple billion years from now, or, you know, whatever. My cousin was kind of a bastard like that. And that was the good one. Oh, shit. Oh, you're not... Yeah, you... There you go. Oh, yeah, this weapon is so good for this game mode. Holy shit. Triple split! Oh. I gotta do one more. I gotta see if that was a fluke. I have, like, there needs to be a control group. I need to look I wanna use the fucking umbrella a lot more. But I'm gonna do that on my own time. Hey bro, are you a squid or are you a kid? Huh? Cause if you're not, bro, we take it outside, bro. Just drinking my Jameson, bro. Have a shots to Jameson, bro. Have the shots. Oh, you don't like J-Mo, bro? What do you like, bro? What do you like? I'll buy you a shot. I'll buy you a shot, bro. Bro, let me buy you a shot. What do you want, J-Mo? What do you like, Soko? J-Mo? Poco? Rocco? Loco Rocco? What do you want, Loco Rocco? No, my bro, listen, we're at Jenks, alright? Yo. We're at Jenks, let me buy you a shot. I've seen some of the creepiest behavior at bars. Where it's like, here's the thing, you gotta be careful at bars. Cause if a dude buys you a shot, sometimes they look at that like now you owe them a conversation. And if they turn out to be twats, then you want to, not talk to them, right? But, if the deed has been done, some bros look at that as, like, a written contract. Wow, alright, that was a match that had almost nothing to do with me. But we kicked fucking ass. It was a good fucking team. I'm telling you about that Noah. Actually, no, it was more Baby Daisy. Uh-oh. Okay, now I gotta do one more because I'm about to get level 18. Vinny, take credit. That's what all good players do. I think one of the most invaluable skills on this planet, and I'm still learning this planet, is to not bullshit oneself. You know, you can bullshit other people to your heart's desire, but bullshitting yourself is just a sin. And I'm trying real hard not to do that. I still do, though. It's fun. It's fun. So yeah, my 2 kills totally won the match. You know how I know that? Because if I didn't get those 2 kills, then those 2 dudes, those 2 squid dudes, would have bought shots of 4 Loko. Wait, you don't do shots of 4 Loko. Would have bought 4 Loko and totally got wrecked. So, I did, I bullshitted myself during Darkest Dungeon the other night, and, you know, that whole thing where I lost Cryptic was my fault, and it wasn't Red Hook's fault. And I thought about this long and hard, like a long salami, and I figured out what happened. And it wasn't so much that Red Hook made the game unfair, because we know the game is hard, we know it has some base in RNG. What happened was, I didn't know my shit. Not only did I not know that that dude was an elite, but I didn't know what to do with the elite to defeat it. My fault entirely. But I got a little emotional, and next time I play Darkest Dungeon, whenever that may be, I'm currently deciding on how to proceed with Darkest Dungeon. The YouTube comments on the most recent Darkest Dungeon video were a little bit of a dumpster fire. And rightfully so to some extent. I mean, most of the dumpster fire comments were very understanding of the fact that I don't play the game often and I don't know my shit. But I think I got a little emotional when I lost Cryptic, and I was like, "Fuck you, Red Hook." That would be like me saying that the team that made No Man's Sky was trash. You know, why would I ever do something like that? Especially when they just fucking released a patch that added like a ton of new stuff. So somehow No Man's Sky is not dead, and people are actually enjoying it. I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck happened here? What dimension did I stumble into? But no, when it comes to Darkest Dungeon, Red Hook, they make, you know, some questionable decisions infrequently. Like with the blood thing, but generally I think they're amazing. I love their development, and they didn't deserve that. But I was angry because I lost a beloved friend due to my own incompetence. I just wish I knew what the fuck I was getting myself into with that enemy. So, but yeah, that was me bullshitting myself. I decided today that I was gonna end the japes, because when you play a jape on yourself, 'tis nary a sadder fate. I thought I died. Fuck out of here. Yeah. We just gotta survive one more minute. Sorry, Izzy. Oh no! Ah, my japes have come to an end. This is death. Yep. Well, I didn't realize I was actually gonna land on top of the fucking tower. Alright, this needs to be prevented. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! No, 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 no! Stop them! You gotta stop them! Oh no, oh no. It looks like level 18 isn't happening tonight, lads. What a sad squid song this is. I wish squids were real. Multiplayer maps and modes have been updated. But Salmon Run is still closed. Very disappointing. So here's, we did our Six Flags meetup yesterday, for anyone who was curious. And, the reason I didn't say what day it was is because I just didn't want, like, 30, 40 people to be, like, kind of, you know, crowding. Because it already was, like, I think it was, like, 8. About 8. And it was, like, maybe 9, and it was already a little bit much. But a couple people came to the Six Flags, and we went on some roller coasters, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. It was nice to meet everyone. It was nice to hang out with everyone. Wienerless Steve, who I've known for many years now, was there. We had a good time. And everyone I met was great, and it, like, some people couldn't make it because it was so soon. We did it real soon. It was like, hey, let's do this, and it was like, I'm gonna do it next week. But, I'll tell you about it, but before I do, let me show you a picture I took on the wall of the bathroom near the Superman ride. Bab Crew. Okay, now, listen. First of all, some of it's missing. I think the bottom word is 1. Bab Crew Marrow 1? But what is the SP what? SP what? I'm not sure, but all I'm thinking of when I see this is like, I'm thinking like a fucking, like a chain gang of babies. You know? Just like a chain gang, a biker gang of babies, like mean-ass babies riding around causing mayhem. Like Bab Crew. That's what they call themselves, and they just tag the walls with their stuff. So yeah, I don't really know what that means, but it was there. If anyone goes to Great Adventure in Jackson, New Jersey, near the Superman ride, there's a bathroom. Go in there, look for the Bab Crew. So, I guess while I'm doing this, I'll tell you a little bit about it. So, King Dakar was closed, so we didn't go on that. But I did go on Zumanjaro, which is this, like, basically a free fall. It goes to the top of King Dakar, which is like the tallest coaster, one of the tallest coasters in the world. It goes to the top, and then they just free fall you down. Great. As someone who's kind of afraid of heights to that extent, it was a little fucked up, but the free fall was only like 5 seconds. So it was fine. It was fine. I enjoyed it, even though it wasn't really worth the wait. Nitro, we went on twice. Nitro has got to be one of the best rides I've ever been on. Holy fuck, is that ride good. It's just you get so much airtime on it. You really do. And it doesn't jostle you around. I did go on the Green Lantern, finally. And I mentioned the Green Lantern punches you in the cock. Because it's a standing roller coaster. You stand on it, and you go through loops and shit while you're standing. And the reason we did this is because it was like, well, fuck it. I've done everything else here. I think it's worth going on just to see what it's all about. I can confirm it doesn't punch you in the dick, but there's like a seat, like a kind of like a hard, like wide bicycle seat type thing that conforms to your crotch. Yeah, I know, it's weird. And it doesn't punch you in the dick so much as it batters the area around your genitals. That's right. Now, even if you don't have a dick, you can experience the pain of the Green Lantern ride. It's just really like, as you do like the loops and the turns, it just batters you. It really kind of hurts. The ride, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but it would be so much better if you could just sit down on the goddamn thing. There was no reason for that thing to be a stand-up coaster other than like, the Green Lantern flies while standing up! So yeah, I wouldn't recommend that ride. That ride was a little lame. Well, it was very lame. The Batman ride still gave me whiplash to some extent, but it's not bad. El Toro, as usual, is a motherfucker and I love it. And Bizarro continues to have the best loops ever. It was good. It was really good. We had a good time. We went to the arcade for a little bit. There was some dude that wanted to meet up that worked at the arcade, but I didn't see him there. So if you're watching, I looked for you, but I didn't see you. Did you go on the safari? No, I didn't go on the safari. The safari, you like get in a car and they show you some shitty animals. But I'll tell you what I did do. I saw some fucking baboons from like way up high in the sky. I forget which coaster it was, maybe Nitro. You get to see some baboons. True story, you used to be able to drive through the safari and you could like see all the animals like that. But they stopped that because the monkeys would shit on your car. Like, I don't think you know what it's like to be scarred as a child unless you see two monkeys copulating on the windshield of your car and throwing feces at other cars. That is an experience, my friends. Vinny, what's your favorite animal? I don't know. I like little monkey fellas. Well, ducks are pretty up there. I like ducks. I like, whales, because they look cool, and they're large. And they're the keepers of the ancient history of Earth. 50 million years of ancient history, those whales keep. Very advanced race. Them whales. A lot of secrets. Yeah, dogs are cool. I like dogs. But yeah, I have to say, by the end of it, once again, I was totally, like, just tired and jostled. The back of my knee didn't hurt this time. I think because I've been walking so much, I've strengthened it up. So now I'm feeling like it didn't hurt too much. It was very, very minor. I feel like walking was a great way to give it the strength it so desired. But yeah, it was good, but by the end of it, I was just so done. By the time we went on Superman, I was just like, okay, I've had enough of this. It's doubtful I'll go on another coaster this entire year. I mean, maybe. but there's such a thing as too much coaster. I don't know if there's anyone who does coasters frequently, but there's a bone zone. I feel like there's a bone zone. For me, it's usually after, like, number 7. Like, 7 or 8, and then I'm usually done. Maybe even 6. And then you gotta get off the ride, you know. You know which one. But hey, I got my use out of the season pass. I had my fun. Oh, here's another trick. Cedar Point? No, I've never been to Ohio. Here's another trick for any kind of amusement park. Eat before you get to the park, and then after you're finished with the park. Food is way too expensive. I would not recommend eating at an amusement park. Even drinks. Bottle of water, $4.50. So another trick is bring a thermos, you know, fill it with water, and then just keep filling it at water fountains. Eat before a roller coaster. No, I mean like eat like an hour and a half to 2 hours before. That's the better solution. Yeah, you wanna be real careful. You wanna be real careful how much you eat before you go on a fucking roller coaster that jostles you around. Like John Stamos at a Beach Boys concert. Like, we're not questioning why trains are upside down, right, in this world? I mean, it's fine. Would you say anything good about Phil Spector? I would imagine maybe 10% of the audience here knows who Phil Spector is. I'm not gonna explain who he is so much. I'll just say he got himself into some trouble, to say the fucking least. And he produced a lot of Beatles and Beach Boys. Well, not Beach Boys, but Beatles and a lot of 60s music. I don't like his production very much. I think it's overwrought. I think it's a little much. In fact, my favorite version of Let It Be is Let It Be Naked, which is the version without Phil Spector's nonsense. Also, Phil Spector's fucking afro is legendary, but that's a whole different story. Anything positive? Sometimes his stuff is, like... There's a couple songs he had, like, a good mix to. Which is the one by the Ronettes? Is it Be My Baby? I like that. Okay, his afro was legendary. Yeah, he did the Wall of Sound. That was his gimmick, where it's like you put on headphones and he just surrounds you with sound. It's just like a lot of orchestration and strings and everything in it, and it can be a little much. I guess that's the one positive thing. If you want to look up anything negative about Phil Spector, that's literally everything else you can find on the guy. Alright, I have to jump from the fucking truck. These levels are abstract and weird. But if they were designed by babies, would that make them babstract? I'm not going to apologize for that. Did you hear the new Queens of the Stone Age track? I haven't. Thanks for letting me know about it, though. I plan on checking it out. I did watch the Gorillaz video for Strobe Light. It's alright. It's good to see Noodle. Even though there was zero guitar on the album, pretty much. Very little. Very little. Just fucking dancing. Stop dancing. Nice, that actually worked. What else is going on in the world of video game news? Because, you know, everyone here gets their video game news directly from me. Which is, you know, I'm the source, obviously. I'm like your least reliable source for video game news, but I like to talk about it from time to time. Why don't you read Mari's dialogue? You can read it. Ready Player One thoughts? Not really. Sonic Mania was delayed on the PC. Okay. That's fine. Starcraft Remastered launches on Monday. That's news. You know, I gotta be honest, I'm not really crazy about getting back into StarCraft 1. If the single player is also remastered, I might be curious about it. But I kinda like StarCraft 2 better. I know that's probably blasphemous, but as someone who's not like a pro, I like the units in StarCraft 2. I like the way it played and everything. I mean, I don't know. Skyrim ported to StarCraft. Uh-oh. Oh, I've offended some people by saying I liked StarCraft 2 better. Try showing this to Krusty Sean in the square, it'll be worth your while. The latest research has produced startling revelations about Inkling Ink. Once thought to simply disappear after a while, Inkling Ink is actually rapidly disintegrated by airborne microbes. Those same airborne microbes destroyed alien invaders. Got them sick. The campaign for StarCraft Remastered is redone with Brood War as well. Alright. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I wouldn't stream it, but you know, maybe one day. I never finished the Starcraft 1 campaign. I remember getting kind of far, and then for some reason I just stopped, and then I started making my own levels. Hell, I never finished the Starcraft 2 campaign. I finished the Zerg campaign. I did Terran, Zerg, and I never bought the Protoss expansion. But I did play a lot of multiplayer Starcraft 2. I really, for a little while there, I loved that game. I was getting, like, me and Fred would play it pretty frequently. That game sucked numerous hours of my life. But I can never be as good as the pros. Or even... I can never be as good as someone who's good. Because I just don't have the keyboard shortcuts down and I don't, like, click... You know how, like, when you watch people play that game, they're just always clicking? So what is it called? CPM? Clicks per minute? Mine were pretty abysmally low. I got decent for someone who sucks, and that was pretty much as far as I was willing to get. APM, actions per minute. CPM is a completely different... That's clips per minute. You can say you'll never be as good as Fred. It's fine. I'll never be as good as Fred. You're right. It's fine. Fred is actually pretty good at StarCraft 2. I wish I could be as good as Fred, but I'd require practice. Practice and possibly reflexes that I don't have. Sometimes people's brains just aren't hardwired for certain types of games. At least that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Some people, I think, adapt naturally really well to certain kinds of games, like action games, strategy, Tetris. And I feel like other people have to work really hard at it. I don't think I'm good at anything in particular. I think I'm okay at a number of genres, but I'm not particularly amazing at anything. Sometimes the reflex-based games I'm pretty okay at. Like, for a little while there, I got good at Spelunky. And, like, that kind of action platforming, I think might end up... That probably would have been my specialty if I decided to, like, really get good at something. I think. Vinny, you're good at fucking around in sandbox games. I'll take that as a compliment, thanks. Holy shit, is that an Octorok? I'm good at turning Planet Coaster into memes. That's my speciality. Just like Sith Lords. Gotta shoot the drum. So, there's a lot of games coming out in the next couple months. Starting with Mario and Rabbids, I believe. Right? That's the next major release. You know, I'm probably gonna fucking stream that. Shameful, I know. But, it could be. What if it's good? FE Warriors is coming out soon. I will consider it. I will consider it. Then after that, we get Metroid, which is probably... It's up there with some of my most anticipated games that are coming out. I can't wait for Metroid. That's gonna be fun. I'm gonna stream that. Maybe Fire Emblem Warriors. I'm considering it. I don't like the Fire Emblem series as much as I like Zelda. So Hyrule Warriors was kind of a no-brainer, but I'm not sure how much more Warriors I have room for in my life. Maybe. Then you have Wolfenstein New Colossus, which... Fuck, I can't wait for that. Far Cry, I don't know. I streamed the previous two Far Crys. I'm not... Well, Far Cry Primal I didn't stream, but I never even bothered with that one. I probably would investigate the new Far Cry if it ends up... I want to see what people say about it, and I want to learn more about it. I want to see how similar it is to Far Cry 4, because I got a little sick of the formula. When I was done with 4, I was kind of like, alright, I'm good. But I think I would be interested in checking it out if it was good. I know people are gonna hate me for this, but I'm actually kind of interested to see if Call of Duty World War II ends up being a good game. Because Dunkirk, in particular, put me in a mood to play another World War II game. And if this one harkens back to the original Call of Duty series, you know, the World War II ones, then I would be interested. But then again, I might get my World War II, you know, fix. Well, not really, but Wolfenstein might, you know, be good enough for me. Call of Duty World War II doesn't have any Nazi imagery in it. I think that's a little bit, that's a little odd. I was complaining about that a couple months ago, a couple weeks ago. But then I heard it was only in multiplayer. And I heard that the single player is going to potentially have that stuff in it. I don't know. Let me see what chat's saying. It shouldn't be censored, I agree. Especially if they're covering a topic like a fucking actual historical event. Well, here's the thing. Wolfenstein in Germany, and I've talked about this already. I'm not going to go into full detail, but Wolfenstein in Germany, because in Germany, you have to be really careful about censoring your content, because reasons. Wolfenstein is just robots, and there's no blood, and, you know, no imagery. That might be a little contentious. So they release, effectively, two different versions. You have the version for the rest of the world, and you have the German version. And I would be completely fine if that was the case with Call of Duty World War II, but, you know, if you're gonna cover a historical event, we've already seen every angle of World War II in movies, in games. There's no real reason to pull any punches or to distort history. That's just me. But what do you guys think? I think I know how you know, generally would feel about it, but... German Half-Life 1 humanoid enemies drop to their knees and shake their heads and fade out. That's true. I mean, yeah, I haven't purchased a Call of Duty game in 6 years, maybe? Like, I was sent one, but yeah, when it comes to me buying Call of Duty, the last one I actually purchased was Modern Warfare 2. So, the only reason I'm excited about this is because I liked Call of Duty World at War. Which was World War II from the Pacific Theater. And that was a good game. And the original series was obviously a really good first-person shooter series. But obviously, I feel like the series lost its way 100%, and it's just become a very easy target. One that I've ragged on for years, and will continue to do so if World War II Call of Duty turns out to be complete dog shit. But maybe I'm just hopeful. Maybe I want a good World War II first-person shooter that's gonna blow me away and actually have some really good, you know, single-player campaign stuff. Like, I would love to see what you could do with that topic. You know, and maybe you can handle it with respect. You know, you don't have to put fucking jetpacks on the soldiers. You can handle the topic with respect. You can cover it in such a way that, you know, it makes you realize, like, this was a fucked up thing that happened, and it's a good thing it's over. You know, you don't have to, like, put Pac-Man in it and, like, fucking weed skins. So we'll see how it goes. But I think New Colossus is going to be really good. We'll see. At least New Colossus doesn't take itself, like the Wolfenstein series doesn't take itself seriously. But yet, somehow, even though the Wolfenstein games don't take themselves seriously, I still end up developing some emotional connection to the characters, and I end up kind of getting some weird intent about, like, a thing they're trying to say. So anyway, Wolfenstein. What else is coming out? Chad, help me out. I know Mario Odyssey's coming out, but when? That's November. Or is it December? Oh yeah, Battlefront 2. I'm not doing the Pokemon Ultras, I'm sorry to say. Sonic Mania, you know how I am with Sonic. I'm still waiting to play my first Sonic game. Mario and Luigi remake I plan on streaming, yeah. What's the strongest emotional connection you've had with a video game character? I'll answer that in a second. Monster Hunter World is early next year, okay. Bloodstained next year, yeah. Mario Odyssey comes out October 29th. Nice. Oh, Cuphead! Yeah, fuck yeah, Cuphead. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely get Battlefront 2. Hello, Joel. Xenoblade 2, I'm not sure about yet. I still need to play the first Xenoblade. Breath of the Wild DLC. There's a lot of stuff that's coming out this year in the next, like, say, 6 months. We'll just say 6 months that I want to stream. It's gonna be, I think, a good year for video games. Really, really looking forward to starting with fucking... Well, not starting, but soon... Guys, we're just over a month away from a new Metroid game. Like, this is the Metroid game I've wanted for a long time. I've complained and said that my ideal Metroid game would be a 2D side-scroller a 2D/3D side-scroller. So I'm pretty fucking happy about that. This is good. Okay, so Joel, you were asking about the Adpocalypse, and I have an answer. For those that don't know what the Adpocalypse is, it is YouTube taking ads off of videos that say fuck, shit, cunt, cock, motherfucker, and anything else like that, up to and including poop and pee-pee, because their reasoning for a little while there was that they want their content to be friendly for 5-year-olds. Alright, so let me just talk about this for a second. So, people are losing their ad revenue on YouTube. It's really bad. A lot of people are losing a lot of money, and advertisers are pulling out, and it's an issue that you, the viewer, doesn't have to worry about, obviously, but, you know, the people that make the videos have to worry. I'm lucky, I'm still doing okay. I'm doing fine. I have multiple sources of income. I'm fine. I'm not going to complain too much, but I will say that I did get hit with the Adpocalypse. I curse a lot. Some of my videos are tagged in a way that would probably I think I've tagged some of my videos as fuck here and there, and there's definitely tags that do not win me any awards from the YouTube censorship department. So I've probably taken a hit of 20 to 30%, which is actually not bad considering some people got hit 50 to 60%. So, but it's more than just censoring bad language. There are tons of implications, and it starts to get political. And listen, I gotta be honest, I'm not really interested in talking about that on the stream. I wanna play some video games. I wanna say fuck. And if you want to do your further research and extend your you know, field of information and knowledge about this topic, you know where to find it. Just go look it up on the YouTube and on the Google. But for me, I'm not going to go there. Is it shitty? I think so, because even if you're not trying to be shitty, there's false flags. There's a lot of very, very hair trigger parameters that could demonetize you and deem you unwatchable. So it's a scary situation, and it's something that it may start here, but I'm wondering, where does the slope end? Like, you know, slippery slope. I wonder, are we beginning to slide? So it's a little scary. I don't know what's gonna go on. Also, Chad, I'm gonna ask you a quick question. Did I miss the page, the lore page, or is it possible to go back and get it? Like, is it really far from here? You missed it. Okay. So it's not like just like Vinny, it is right next to you. No, it's not. So, for years, people have been on the cusp of switching. They're like, oh, YouTube sucks, YouTube is garbage, we need to get off of it. And there have been a couple of attempts at creating like a competitor of some sort, but it just doesn't happen. YouTube is so fucking massive, and the backing of Google makes it a really difficult thing. If you want to, and I know, you know, a lot of people, it's not a real job. Well, I mean, it kind of is. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'll say this about it, and I'm not going to go into detail because it'll just be pointless. It is because at any moment you can continue making your videos. You can do all the stuff, work really hard, spend 20 to 30 hours editing. Some people do skits. Some people edit 40 hours to 50 hours a week and try to think up new ideas. I'm not one of those YouTubers. I'm barely a YouTuber. But there are people that put a lot of work into their videos. The hydraulic press channel just crushed a fucking, like, battery pack and it exploded. You know? I mean, well, that's kind of not related, but with YouTube, you have no job security. It's a risky career, and it's always worth having a backup on moment's notice. It's not a viable career. You have to pay for your own health insurance, and you have to worry about demonetization, strikes, the platform imploding upon itself, adpocalypses. Listen, there's benefits, there's also negatives. And the negatives definitely include the anxiety of not knowing what the fuck is going to happen. To which you would say, well, just get a job. Yeah, you could do that. And then you wouldn't have time to make videos. So it's almost like, in some ways, it's kind of one or the other. I think the perfect balance is to get a part-time job and then dedicate the rest of your time to the channel. That's what I was doing for a long time. But you know, it's definitely, if you're not down for anxiety and the fear of the unknown every day of your life, and not just from, you know, losing money, then it's not the best career decision. There's no job security in it. So it's good to broaden your horizons and not put all your eggs in one basket. Chickens and all that fun stuff, whatever. Well, I had a full-time job that I was doing. You know, I worked for a long-ass time, but I had a full-time job while I was doing streaming. And then I got less hours, let's say. And then just after I was done with my job, I did freelance. But, you know, some people really want to make stuff. People want to create, and you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with being a blue-collar. You know, you can be a pillar of your community to some extent. You can raise a family. There's a lot of good in being a worker and just, like, you know, doing a job. But some people have it in them to want to create, and realistically, YouTube is becoming a difficult platform to do that on without heavily adjusting your work to what people want on the platform. And then there's, you know, you could do Patreons, but I mean, you know, sometimes that doesn't work out, and then sometimes Patreon becomes a slippery slope and people start abusing it. It's, you know, like I said, no job security. It's not the most enviable or desirable career path, in my opinion. But I wish everyone, like, people ask me for advice a lot, and, like, Vinny, how do I do this? How do I do what you do? I'm like, just get lucky, stream every night, and start 7 years ago. Because I have no idea. Honestly, I don't. You know, and I don't want to tell people to give up on their dreams. I absolutely don't want to tell people to give up on their dreams, because for me, a lot of things have gone right, and I've gotten really, I'm gratefully lucky about so many things. That includes, being able to like make music and have people interested in it, being able to stream. I love it. But I don't know, like things are so different now, and there's so many streamers, and there's so many streamers and YouTubers, and it's just really hard to find a way to make it, you know, in the business. As I'm sure radio and TV eventually became that difficult, but were probably easier early on. And there was a time where you could make money on YouTube just by doing animations. I don't know if you remember that. That was like, you can be a big YouTuber just by making like cartoons and animations. But that got really, really like that got, what's the word I'm looking for? Discouraged against really hard, because the ads became more like long form stuff, like 10 minutes or more. And so now you don't see as many animations. And then with the way things are now on YouTube, you have to be really careful about your language and about, you know, your tags. Like if you put, say you're playing a game called Murder, Death, Kill, MDK. If you tag it as Murder, Death, Kill, and this is inside info, straight from the source, everyone. If you tag your video as the name of that video game, you're gonna be less likely to be found in searches, and you're not gonna make money from it. Go. It's also a, yeah, Demolition Man reference. I love that movie. So no, it's not like I can just give advice because it's different, and especially now, it's not like you can just support yourself. You know, it's not a career path that you can choose out of college and be like, yeah, I'm gonna be that. Like, you can't go to school for it, and you can't just say I am now that thing. Because I trained for it, and I've put 2,000 hours into editing. You could be amazing, and then you can have the best channel, and then it gets demonetized, and your channel gets struck, and you're done. So yeah, it kind of suck, and I wish I could give better advice. I wish I knew what to say most of the time, but I don't. So I just kind of tell them that I don't, you know. Think about the amazing content that gets lost. I'll tell you something I found on Vimeo. There's something called Filmy Memories that this one dude is doing, where he does the entire movie of Star Wars, and I think he does Jaws and Raiders of the Lost Ark too. But what he does is he uses alternate takes. He displays director's commentary sometimes. He'll play like, you know, bloopers, like during the movie, while the movie's getting through the story. At the bottom of the screen, there's info about the scene. You know, the director will have quotes, like, and it's the whole movie, but just the whole way through, there's just everything you ever wanted to know about the movie. Now, I'm gonna link you to this channel, because I love this channel, and it's only on Vimeo, because you couldn't do this on YouTube. I would imagine this dude makes $0 from all of this work. I would imagine hundreds of hours of work have gone into this. The Star Wars Filmy Memory has 355k plays. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 355,000 plays. But I'm gonna go to his channel. Jamie Benning is his name. He has a documentary he did about Yoda. Well, not a documentary, but like a half-hour interview / documentary. 7,000. That's totally lost. The Jaws Filmy Memory, again, 2.5 hours. Only 175,000 plays. You know, we're talking thousands of hours on this channel, and most of it's just lost. And it's kind of a shame. Here you go. I think even if he did put it on YouTube, sometimes this kind of stuff still gets lost. And I'll link you to the Star Wars one, because it's pretty amazing. There you go. Yeah, there's a little Bowie on the channel, too. There's a little Bowie. Dance Magic Dance. Yeah. Life Inside Jabba the Hutt. DeLorean interview. That's only got 6,000 plays. Back to the Future opening scene. There's a lot of good stuff on here. Building an Empire. He's done Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back Filmy Memories. So there's some viewing. I mean, it's not as good as Pizza Time, but it's pretty good. That's another thing that was on Vimeo. Knob that Boglin. But I don't know what happened to that shit. Alright, I gotta find the secrets now, so I'm gonna go and look for secrets. Oh, he has a, that's right, he does have a Patreon. So, is he doing okay on there, or? $203 per video. It's not really a lot. Okay, I need a key for this. Can't really feed yourself on $203 a video, especially if your videos take hundreds of hours to edit. So that's what I'm saying, you know, someone like this who's got a ton of talent, a ton of time, well, not time, but the patience to make long videos like 2.5 hour long Star Wars videos that are actually really well documented and well researched. That's impressive, but the dude, there's no guarantee this dude will ever work in the business. So sometimes you do have to just suck it up and you know, find some work and hopefully your hobby takes off, or you know, put your resume out there, maybe you'll get a gig that can get you more exposure. It's tough, you know. I wish I had better advice. I worked at public access television for 5 years, and there were people that and yes, this is exactly what I have to do to find this key. There were people that have been making TV shows there for 20 years. And we're still saying that their next show was gonna be the one. You know, or like they would, it was like the fucking Boulevard of Broken Dreams at that job, because there were some people that were really, really sweet, really nice, that just did it for fun, and did it because they loved the community and they wanted to contribute, you know, and pursue their hobby. But there were a lot of people there that also were looking at public access television as a stepping stone to fame. And yeah, I mean, I don't think I need to tell you that that's not exactly the most... That's not exactly the happiest thing. That's not the happiest place on Earth, to be in that place. It's only in enemy inked areas. Oh, okay, thank you. You know, there were people that would come in with really big egos that felt like they were God's gift to mankind, that just, you know, they felt like they were being held down. That no one was giving them a chance. And then you watch their stuff and it's like, you know, it's not bad for public access, but it's so very specific, and it's not like, I don't want to go into detail about it, but there was one show that basically was so very, very specific to only a very, very narrow set of interests that it would not have appealed to a major network. But the dude was going for like 15 years, and he was pushing real hard to get that thing on TV, and he felt like the networks just weren't giving him a chance. He would show up at people's offices, you know, and he would like try to like just put his DVD on their desk. He told me he was escorted out of NBC by security, and he was like, saying, that's the determination you need to get on TV. I'm like, yeah, maybe. Maybe look at the map. Unfortunately, there is no map. I have to just find it, you know, I just have to find the area. God, I'm sorry, this is really boring, I apologize, guys. I just really want to find this last key. Got it. But then there was also a lot of people who I thought could end up, you know... Okay, let me give you an example. Sal from Impractical Jokers. That's a local Staten Island guy. I actually have met him and worked on a show he was on. Now, this is during Impractical Jokers. But he's from Staten Island. All of them are. And he used to do stuff locally. And he ended up making it. I mean, so there's definitely ways to do it. I'm not trying to give like, I'm not trying to like totally ruin hope, because there's absolutely ways that you can make it in this world. It's just really hard, and it's not a guarantee. Okay, so anyway, since you seem to have forgotten, what's the video game character you connected to the most emotionally? Vivi from Final Fantasy IX. Don't slip up and miss the new album by Wet Floor, on sale now. Their style changes like shifting tides of ink in a battle. Full color and monochromatic, smooth or staccato, or lush with drip and dripping with sound. It's rock for a new generation. Qlaxis says, aim low. If people like it, and you'll make it big. Don't try... If people like it, you'll make it big. Don't try to make it to the big leagues. Aim for what will keep you living comfortably. Aim for what makes you happy, too. Like, there's a ventriloquist that, has done a lot of shows and wasn't getting what she wanted in terms of attention. So now she gets naked. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but now she does, like, naked ventriloquism. Maybe that's exactly what she wanted. Maybe that's exactly what her life was, you know, was always going towards. But I think, you know, there is something to be said for being true to who you are, and remaining kind of... Like, I think do what you want, because it would entertain you, A lot of my favorite musicians would say that about their music. Like, we weren't making music for anyone else. We made music that we would like. I always looked up to that. Sorry, I don't know how we got on this topic of all this stuff, but, oh, thanks for listening. These are just my shitty opinions and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the BBC. But you know what? It's fine. This weapon has become amazing. Oh, whoops, I pressed the button by accident. Well, yeah, someone was, Captain Southbird mentioned, like, gimmick videos, right? I think there are some gimmicks that genuinely work. Like, in Red Letter Media, the gimmick for the Plinkett videos was that Mike was putting skits in there. So, in between what he thought would be a very dry and boring review, which it was anything but boring, he would do skits of, say, him, you know, cooking pizza rolls, or murdering his wife, or fucking his cat, whatever, you know, just wholesome family fun. And, I think that's the kind of stuff that, kept the videos interesting when I first watched them. It was a good gimmick because it made me laugh and it made me show my friends. I knew I could show them because I knew that even though they had probably zero interest in Star Wars, like The Phantom Menace, the reviews were so fucking funny that I could show them the Plinkett reviews and they would just love it. One of my friends didn't even watch episode 1, but she loved the reviews. And that gimmick kind of, I think, pushed them a little bit further. Then, with Half in the Bag, Red Letter Media did skits in between the movie reviews. And they still do, but I think to a lesser extent. I think it's a great gimmick. They get to combine, you know, interesting discussion and educated discussion with, what they're good at, which is making movies. Well, they're not, I mean, never mind. I've seen Space Cop. Ugh. I do love Space Cop, though. It's such schlock. Wah! Wah! Whoa! What is this? What is this shit? Oh, it's wonderful. Those legs. Oh, I love Splatoon bosses so much. You fought him in the first game? Oh, I don't remember. Did he have legs? Was it the same legs? This is, if so, this is definitely, oh shit. There's the upgrade. Oh my god. Stop. Dodge your things. From side to side. I know what I have to do. I know what I have to do. I have to get rid of the fucking belts. Whoa, shit. Those fucking legs. It's like a blow-up doll. I mean, a real doll. Not that I know what those are. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! I was, fuck, you can't dodge when you don't have ink. Remind me not to throw bombs anymore. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. That was cool. The bosses in this game do not disappoint. Agent 4, I want to thank you again for all you've done. I think it's time I told you about my other purpose in asking for your help. When we met, I told you I was searching for the Great Zapfish, but I'm afraid that's not the whole story. You see, even more than the Great Zapfish, I want to find my cousin Callie. She vanished on the same day as the Great Zapfish. Wait, you knew? Cool. So anyway, I'm Agent 2 of the new Squid Beaks platoon, and Callie is Agent 1. Then there's Agent 3, who's currently out with our grandpa, Captain Cuttlefish. They won't be back for a while. I was supposed to be protecting Inkopolis while the captain was away, but then Callie... the Great Zapfish... Sorry I didn't tell you sooner. We'd be totally sunk without you, Agent 4. I know we'll find Callie if we keep looking. Think you can see this thing through? Yeah. No. Leave now. Huh? Who's there? If you get in our way, Agent 4 will mess you up. I didn't know they were cousins. You knew? Alright. Let's do like one more level. And then I'll switch to Mario 64. Mario. Why would I do that? I always, you know why I press that? I wanna go fast. So I wanna turn into a squid so I can go fast. Bab crew. So, what have I watched recently? There's, this really interesting... So after Six Flags yesterday, I was fucking dead. Really tired, so I ended up watching some trash on Netflix just to fall asleep to. And I ended up watching, like, all of it, because it was actually fairly interesting. I like shows that teach me something about something. And, it was a show, there was like a material scientist. It was like called Everyday Miracles or something, and it was like one of those like, it wasn't a trashy show. It was actually pretty interesting, but it was about like, see, I think it was called that. It was about like, stuff. like wood, and concrete, and glass, and just the way certain materials changed, you know, like glass, the way it eventually turned into the telescope. It was a really interesting show about just things, like foam, and how foam was made. Nothing spectacular, but interesting, and I think it was one of those shows that you just like just leave on in the background while you're doing other stuff. So I kind of enjoyed it, but it was only 2 episodes, so it was like just 2 hours worth of stuff. So then I ended up finally continuing the Cosmos show, the new one, the Neil deGrasse Tyson one. And man, that's a good show. I really like that. When I was at the Hayden Planetarium, there was a thing on dark matter that Neil deGrasse Tyson narrated. It was basically exactly that. And it reminded me of when I was a kid. I had a telescope, and I used to look at the moon and Mars with this telescope. It was such a shitty one though, and it fucking like it was so like stiff. So trying to move it so that you can see like when things were moving. So like, you know, the Earth's rotation, you would only be able to look at the moon for a couple of like seconds before it, you know, moved away, depending on how close you were looking at it. And I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. But I didn't care. I loved it. And it reminded me of all the space books I had, too, when I was a kid. I had a ton of books about, like, planets, but we talked about this. I've been getting real close to wanting to do another Space Engine stream, and one of the things that I liked most about my Space Engine streams was that I got to play music that I liked. Like, I would play Bowie, The Flaming Lips, Floyd. I would do, like, weird, spacey music. But then I would have to upload it someplace other than YouTube because it would get copyright claimed immediately. I don't even think I care anymore. I think I'm just gonna fucking do a Space Engine stream, like, real soon. Because I've been really getting back into, that stuff, if you want to call it that. Also, going through numerous existential crises, that'll get you back into space. Crises. Oh yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm fine. But, you know, I'm not like... Here's the thing. There are a lot of times where it's like, whoa. Right. Like, what are we doing here again? I've talked about this on stream a number of times, but does that happen to anyone else where you just randomly be doing something and then it's like, oh, right, what are we doing on the planet? Is there an answer to this? We're doing ass. Oh, okay. Apparently there's a secret in this area. I think there's a song on the next album that's gonna directly address that. And it's a space song. But I love learning about the universe. I love learning about... Dark matter! Sorry. Dark matter. Beneath the grate at the end. Hang on, hang on, hang on. I really don't want to miss any more secrets, so... Beneath the grate at the end. Burp step. Past it. Oh, fuck, I'm a dumbass. I wasn't looking over there. I thought when you said the end, I thought you meant like one end or the other. Whatever. It's fine. Thanks for the help, mate. Vinny, can I join the Bab crew, please? Alright. I'm gonna need... Alright. I'm gonna need 3 months allowance, and I'm gonna need you to do some dastardly deeds to prove that you are in fact worthy of the Bab crew. I'm gonna need you to do poopy in your pants while you're not wearing a diaper. I'm also gonna need you to drive your stroller into oncoming traffic, just to prove you're a badass. When you're given your mush, you have to refuse it and then throw it on the fucking ground. Only then will I know you're worthy to be part of the Bab crew. Where's the golden one? There it is. Got it. I deserve that. Oh, and you have to replace your baby formula with beer. Only then will you be hard enough for Bab Crew. And then suffer several existential crises in a row. Oh, fuck. Go, go, go. I know a lot of people wanted me to stream Death Road to Canada. That'll probably happen next week. I know there's a big new update. I was gonna do it today, but I wasn't really feeling it, so... That's where the secret is, isn't it? shit. Just enough time. Lore acquired. Another video game character I got really attached to was Fuzzy Pickles. We never did find out what happened to Spin Rabbi. Ooh. Go, 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 go! Yeah! Yeah. Cool. Now hiring egg collector. Wow, look at those realistic squids. Holy shit. It's like the Super Mario Brothers movie. But for Splatoon. No experience required, all ages and backgrounds welcome. A fun way to make some quick G. Grab a friend and join up together. Another video game character I got inordinately attached to was Blue Octorok from the original Zelda. And also the guy who was like, I need meat in original Zelda. It's time for Super Mario 64. Error. Remember Error? I can relate to him. Think about it this way. Error was a mistake in Zelda 2. Error is all of us in some ways. So that was Splatoon 2. We will now return momentarily with Super Mario 64. Stick around, be right back.